February 2013 in Tirupati, India. I'm leaning over this marble basin with a razor blade on the edge of my scalp. The man holding the razor blade doesn't speak the same language as me, and I don't know his name. 5 years before this, at my bathroom sink, I'm leaning over with a flat iron in my hand. I'm going over the back of my head for the 6th time as my friends shout from the door, "Heidi, come on! You've been in there for 2 hours." And I'm paralyzed. It feels like a life and death situation to me. And what I'm going to share with you might sound a little bit crazy, a little bit unstable, a little bit insecure, a little bit psychotic. But my subconscious mind says some pretty effed up things. And it's telling me that it's life or death, because if one hair at the back of my head is out of place, no one's going to talk to me all night. No one's going to take me seriously. Like, as if this space, this 2 feet of space that I'll need to take up to be at this party, I won't deserve. Back to the marble basin. The man has scraped my hair around the edges of my whole head, and my long, tricep-length, blonde, curly hair is now gathered in a single clump and is holding on by just a few threads. With one final swipe, the entire clump just thuds into the marble basin in one fell swoop. I feel a mix between terror and exhilaration. Part of me feels so free, like years of baggage have just melted off my brain. But the rest of me never wants to see a mirror for my whole life. I now have a bicked head, and I was pretty sure that the reason I was feminine was because of my hair. So the rest of that night, I refused to look in a mirror. I walked around, looking at people's reactions to me, trying to not notice. I needed a water, so I went, and the woman behind the counter had a child. The child looked at me and pointed and said, "Mommy, is it a boy or a girl?" Oh my God, my worst fears. I truly thought I had shaved away my womanity. I thought that it was over for me, and that without the costume of my hair, I didn't get to play in the same world anymore. After that, it became a daily fear-finding adventure. I wasn't sure if without this costume, I really deserved to exist. And I was shocked when I went to the next town and people saw me, people talked to me, and a man even invited me to dinner. I couldn't believe it. I wish that I could say that this one bold move, this one courageous act, shifted this fear in my mind forever. But I would be lying if I did. I still face these fears. Just the other day, I went to a speed dating event, and it was marketed as this really high-end, sophisticated speed dating event. So I had these images of women with their makeup fully done and their hair, they're all wearing Gucci. I didn't have any of that. And I know that to some eyes, even my raw costume is good enough. But there are certain situations where it doesn't make the cut. And I want to make the cut. So here I am, battling this nagging case of adult acne. Hair is all kinked from the way I slept on it. And I'm standing at my door trembling. Should I go? Should I not go? They're gonna laugh at me. I'm not gonna fit in. They're gonna banish me to the corner. And I remember that moment of that thump of my hair and how I still got to exist, even without my costume. And I went. And I existed. And I was a real person, and people talked to me. It reminded me of what I've learned in Tantra, that my real beauty emits from my core. It's the qualities, it's my essence. It's not the perfection of my external costume. And so I continued. And every time I proved to myself that I didn't need the costume to exist, I felt exhilarated. But then, frick, the next day, it would feel like a new play without the costume. And I was determined to keep doing this. No matter how many pimples were on my face, no matter how wild my hair looked. Because it was important to me to prove this to myself. And it's still something that I work with every day. And I've learned so much from this journey. I've learned that every single part of me, every single version of me gets to exist, gets to be there. And it's brought this wealth of confidence that I'd never felt before. I don't have to fear anymore that I'll be at the play with the wrong costume, because I've proven to myself over and over that no matter what the play is, my costume's okay. I might not be the one who's the poster child in that particular situation. People might think I look a little out of place, but I get to be there. There's no laws against this stuff. I was living in this prison, like shackled by these expectations. I've also learned to see the beauty underneath other people's costumes. So I can now fall in love with the qualities that I would have missed before. And slowly, every day, I feel like I'm getting to this place, closer anyways, to this place where I can feel unconditionally beautiful. The kind of beauty that an external costume could never, ever, ever compete with.